Hello, Primary 2. Let's begin our session, as we always do, by saying our pledges. Please stand, salute, and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Oklahoma state flag. Salute and pledge. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Let's go ahead and get out your writing words booklet. And I want to give a shout out to Madeline for using so many words from her writing words booklet. Madeline shared a story she had written during our Zoom meeting today, and boy, she had used a lot of words from our little booklet. And if any of you have been working on stories like that, I love to hear them. I love for you to share them during our Zoom lunch meetings. So please continue to do that. So we're going to add our last word of the week, and that word is screech. Screech. S-C-R-E-E-C-H, just at the top there, screech. These are our 4 words that we've added this week: screech, clever, prefer, and gloomy. And I'm gonna put these right here. A screech is a loud, high-pitched noise that may sound scary. So a screech is a thing, and a person, place, or thing names what part of speech? A noun. The word screech is a noun because it names a thing. When the car stopped suddenly, its brakes made a screech. Which of the following might make a screech? A sleeping baby? No. Rocks tumbling down a hill? Maybe. Snowflakes falling from the sky? No, no noise from that. Someone playing an electric guitar? Yes. Hungry parrots, would they make a screech sound? Yes, they probably would. So let's review with these 4 words we've added this week. Again, gloomy, prefer, clever, and screech. You could use this word to describe a person who is very good at math. And videographer, if you want to just keep that camera on those 4 words, that's what the students should be looking at. So you could use this word to describe a person who is very good at math. A clever person. You might use this word if you said that you like the color green better than you like red. Prefer. I prefer green over red. This word describes someone who's very sad. I kind of think of Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh. Gloomy. And an owl or a parrot might make one. A screech. Screech. And when screech is used in that way, it is a noun because it's a thing. Gloomy is an adjective. It describes how someone is feeling, describes a noun. Prefer shows action, and a word that shows action is what part of speech? A verb. And clever is used to describe a person. So clever would be what part of speech? An adjective. I blank fresh tomatoes to canned ones. Which word would work? Prefer. Mary felt blank because she was too sick to go to the zoo. Gloomy describes how she felt. The parrot made a loud blank of fear when it saw a leopard. Screech. And the blank baker made a cake that looked like a castle. Clever. The clever baker. So today is the very last day of the month of April, April 30th. Tomorrow we'll turn to the month of May, the 5th month of the year. The first day of April traditionally is known as April Fool's Day. And on that first day of April, we talked about pranks and jokes and some of those jokes that you had played on family members. Well, May 1st is a special day also. On May 1st, many countries celebrate with a springtime festival called May Day. In some places, it's called Labor Day. In the United States, we celebrate Labor Day in September. But we do kind of recognize May Day on May 1st. Some of you may have had Mrs. Flint as one of your teachers. And Mrs. Flint always loved to make pretty flower baskets and go around to different classrooms in the school and hang a flower basket on the door of a classroom and say Happy May Day. So that was something that she did for lots of years. And that's one way to celebrate May Day, is surprising people with flowers. Dancing, music, singing, foods, especially cakes. Flower baskets and maypoles are all part of a May Day celebration. A maypole is like a tall pole with streamers, kind of looks like a carousel. And children like to hold on to those streamers and dance in a circle around the maypole on May Day. I want to show you two very quick, like little 1-minute video clips about May Day. So while I'm getting these ready for you, you might be thinking about something you could do to celebrate May Day. Maybe make a family member some paper flowers. Or maybe just play some pretty music and dance. She's making a flower headband. So singing and dancing around the maypole, wearing flowers in your hair.
Come join me, come join me.
Give me a moment to bring up a second one that shows that tradition of delivering flowers on May Day. Baskets. Where'd it go? Thank you for being patient, guys. Then what I'm looking for right now. Let's go ahead and do this. I'll see if I can find it in a moment. Another holiday that we'll be celebrating next week is on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and I don't want to say anything more about that. One of your assignments for next week is to find out more, to research what Cinco de Mayo is and some of the ways of celebrating Cinco de Mayo, and then share your findings with the class. So next week, you're going to be playing the role of research ranger, researching Cinco de Mayo and researching zoo animals. Politely ask your parents to help you use the internet to do some research and to possibly watch some little videos about the zoo animal that you are researching. I've already completed a little bit of research and compiled a list of animals found at the Tulsa Zoo. Due to the social distancing policies, we will not be taking our usual P2 end of the year field trip to the Tulsa Zoo. However, we will still enjoy zoo-themed activities during the last week of school, and I want to read through the directions for the zoo animal reports. You do not need to write these down. They're all posted in Blackbaud for your parents to see, but I wanted to deliver these to you in person as well. I like to give students choices, so I've given each of you 3 choices of zoo animals from which to choose. And remember, these are all animals found at our Tulsa Zoo. So you will make your choice and then you'll begin your research. And I'm going to quickly go through the animals. Neil will have the choice of chimpanzee, long-tailed chinchilla, or a Siberian crane. Austin will have the choice of a grizzly bear, snowy owl, or Arctic fox. James will have the choice of a black-footed cat, a mole rat, or a bobcat. Court, bald eagle, crocodile monitor, a brown greater bush baby. Annabelle, the choices of North American porcupine, a raccoon, or an emerald dove. Brennan, an American alligator, a spoonbill, or an Ocellaris clownfish. Sam, the scarlet ibis, a wood duck, or an alligator snapping turtle. Charlie, a green anaconda, eastern diamond rattlesnake, or the African penguin. Ethan, snow leopard, red panda, or the Kaiser spotted newt. Jade, Asiatic elephant, alpaca, or a North American river otter. Walter, the Komodo dragon, the Malayan tiger, or the Jamaican fruit bat. Miriam, scarlet macaw, golden-headed lion, tamarin, or the plumed basilisk. Jackson, the jaguar, the southern river terrapin, or a llama. Denver, the meerkat, the white stork, or the gray-crowned crane. Madeline, the flamingo, macaw, or siamang. Drew, giraffe, red kangaroo, or the yellow-headed poison dart frog. Claudia, the Indian peafowl, Linnaeus two-toed sloth, or the African wild dog. Cece, the lion, the red-necked wallaby, or the California sea lion. And some of the things that I'd like for you to keep in mind as you're doing your research that I want you to report about are things like, what's the animal's habitat? What does the animal like to eat? What are some of the habits of the animal? How big does it get? What color is it? What are the animal's babies called? Where does the animal live? Like in what part of the country? On what continent? And anything else interesting that you find in your research. Again, I like to give you lots of choices. So if you would prefer, you may make a big poster and maybe tape or glue some papers onto that poster with your facts. Or if you just want to use normal size paper and read from that, That's okay. Maybe you want to make note cards. You can make a small note card. Pull one of those out. Something like this, or you might even make one the size of one of our whiteboards with facts on them. You might get really creative and use a box and give a cube report. On each side of your box, you could glue different facts and things. So you have some freedom to create this report the way that you choose to. Just make sure you include some good facts and some pictures. You may draw the pictures or possibly print some and glue onto your report. And again, all of this is in Blackbaud, so you don't have to remember it all right now. The main thing is that you learn something about the animal you're researching and that your audience learns something. You will present the reports the last week of school during the Zoom lunch meetings. Now next week, you're gonna have the opportunity to play Shirley Jeopardy with Mrs. Hovhanessian. If you do not have play money at home, hopefully you can make some. Just cut out some strips of paper and make some $1 bills, $5 bills, and $10 bills. Next week, our Zoom lunch meetings will include Mystery Day, a virtual tea party, Spirit Day, story time with Miss Pullman, and I'm not sure what Mrs. Hovhanessian has planned for the Tuesday Zoom meeting. So there's lots of activities to look forward to, still lots of assignments to be completed. School's not quite over yet. I'm impressed by the efforts that many of you have been putting into completing your assignments and doing your reading and participating in the Zoom meetings. It warms my heart to think of you at your desk, working hard, showing responsibility and perseverance, and continuing to complete your schoolwork. Keep up that good work. And remember our saying, do what you have to do, then do what you want to do. Have a nice weekend.